flush out. You can never hide behind the sandbags there. A lot of teams might let you do that and just take the Angel. You can't do that. They'll flush you out. If you're playing on the other side with the AWP, they'll block you off there. And so they're going to take mid anytime they want. And as soon as they have mid, if Sean's reading the game, it's almost game over at that point in time. It's up to them to choose where they're going to go. So a lot of teams might struggle on T side of this map. I think Cloud9 could maybe win the T half of this.
Something also on Cash specifically, we see a lot of teams more and more, at least American, pugging a lot more. So, we were talking about how Dust 2 was like the home map for all Americans, like everyone pugs it. Cash is actually one of those maps as well, and I wouldn't be surprised if CLG actually is able to win a few T rounds, but I mean, as Duncan said, like on their CT, Cloud9 should just roll them over. They should just take mid control. They should have all the smokes, all the mollies, all the flashes. And I don't think JDM can make as much of a presence in the CT side that Skadoodle makes, and I just can't see them winning it.
The thing is, especially since that's the case, we've made the point already, like his rifles aren't good. And the problem is, to make the AWP work on T side of this map, you really need things coordinated around, so it's hard. Like you need someone to help you, because if you're going to peek versus the AWP, we've already seen what happens if you're terrorist with an AWP and you peek Skadoodle's spot. That's a definite kill. He's so fast anyway. Doesn't matter if you know where he is. So you need your team to set you up for that kill. Like you're trade fragging on him, and at the moment they haven't done that. In fact, they're letting him go first. They're boosting him on CT. He's going first in every attack. I don't really like using your AWP that way, especially when sometimes he's got a glass cannon AWP. That's not the ideal way to use that guy with such economy invested in him alone. You want to be using the cheaper guy to run out and at least be a distraction, But again, I mentioned this before. Like, who is the entry fragger on this team? Tarek could do it. At the moment, they're a very passive team. So on CT, that can work. Terrorist side, they have their issues. They're very slow. That guy's really short. I didn't know Sanks was that short,
He's a small guy.
He did adjust his poor guy. You could adjust his camera a little bit.
You could have made it, Scoots.
I could be there. Yeah. He's got way more hair than me. So I imagine you're not going to change your predictions, right? You're still thinking.
I think this has got to be Cloud9's. Okay. Like I said, for me, listen, Cash is a map they can get rounds on. CLG can get rounds on this map. That's the other thing about this map. It's very rare you do just crush someone completely. It's more of an even map in general.
All right, here we go. Will Cloud9 book their first win of the weekend, or will CLG tie it up? Misled and Henry G. Take it away, gentlemen.
Thank you guys very much, and yeah, I agree with him, Henry, right off the bat. I think this is going to be a 2-0 in favor of Cloud9. What do you think?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. It's very difficult. Like, they had a good CT half here. I think that's where they do their best, but as Torrent said, it's almost impossible to shut down what the T's do. Like, they're so good at flushing enemies out. Smoking game is always on point, and this is kind of interesting. Their pistol, they normally opt to rush B, Cloud9. It seems like they're doing something a little bit more tactical here. They have actually got a smoke grenade on Sean there as well, so they're slowing it right down. I think they're CLG are probably banking on them rushing somewhere, but now we can see it looks like possibly like a little envious sort of strat here, smoking off quad, one flashbang coming out and seeing what happens there.
The smoke is going to come out. They're going to try and get one out through the squeeze. No, they're just going to come out dry with just the flashbang coming out of A-main. Going to work their way back towards quad. They're going to take Sanks down. JDM's there for the trade-out frag. Skadoodle trades him. That's going to make it almost a 3-on-3 there. If Cutler would have been able to hit the shot onto Skadoodle, but bomb will get planted by nothing. And it's going to be a 3-man retake attempt into the A-bomb site. Oh, nothing got hazed right there, too. That's going to be rough. Now it's only 2 men left alive. Tarek's there, and Cutler actually hits that shot in the shroud. Tarek hits one, too. They've turned it around into a 2-on-2. Skadoodle almost goes down. He's out of the way. They could win this pistol, and they do. They're going to take down nothing and get on this bomb. And just like that, around that, I was
getting ready to say what a trivial round that was.
Yeah.
Easy there, the offensive Cloud9. Really sloppy from them. The fact they actually gave those picks that made them available for CLG is you have to work out why that even came to it. They had so much time left in the bomb. They just needed to force a defuse there, but they actually ended up facing. I think they were a little bit too comfortable. That was the problem. They didn't see that one even remotely going in the favor of CLG there. So surprising ending, and then you can see here a force buy coming out from Cloud9. We know how good their T side is. Without the utility, it's difficult to get the son of picks we're used to, but they have got the scout and Skadoodle here. But that was a really surprising round. I think they'll be a little bit rattled by that one.
Yeah, and I believe it was Tarek that was actually super low on HP through that whole fight. I mean, he was in the red somewhere, but he somehow survived, and they turned that around and were able to take down nothing at the end of the exchange and give themselves that one round advantage here. And as you can see, 2 M4s coming out. We got an MP, a FAMAS, and that shotgun in the hands of Hazed. So let's see if Counter Logic Gaming can really work this into another round for themselves. And try and get the advantage after Cloud9's buying deep into this round.
Yeah, they need to wait for the smoke to go down. Freakazoid has got the AK here. They've got one smoke as well, so they can smoke off one key choke point, but CLG, as soon as that goes down, they know what's going on here. The rotate can start. There won't be any face going down. These next frags should be pretty simple for them. They've actually got a very strong setup there. As I say, that Freakazoid goes absolutely ham. Takes down 2 frags in the beginning of the bomb site now, and all of a sudden, you have to favor Cloud9 in this situation.
Yeah, it's good openers. That's why you have Freakazoid there, able to get those 2 initial frags, work their way into the sites, and that's why he's the guy with the AK in this round. You might have been looking at it like, well, they got a scout and they have 2 guys with Rec 9's armor, but why does Freakazoid have the gun and nobody else does? That is the reason why he has it, because he can make rounds like that happen. As Cutler steps in, removes Skadul, jumping over the top. Carrot can't get the shot. Sean Garrett will take him down, but Hayes gets one, and Freakazoid closes it out. That was quite the save there from Sean Garrett, but Freakazoid heroing that round.
Absolutely sick from him. Like the fact he can just go into a bomb site and get those 2 frags like without any response whatsoever. That's why he's the anti-frag, and that's why he's being renowned as one of the best at that role in the world right now. Fantastic stuff from him, and that's going to force CLG onto an eco. And this is where it gets difficult for them. They really wanted that 3-0 there. They knew they're up against it. They didn't Cloud9 did get the bomb down there, and you would have expected them to like play the smart game and get the AKs on the 3rd round, but they just went all in. And yeah. Freakazoid was my MVP there. Absolutely fantastic from him. If we could do a BenQ moment again, that would be one. Yeah, that's amazing.
Definitely. Freakazoid looking very good there. That is going to be it's going to be 1-1 tied up score-wise here. Cloud9, though, with a huge advantage going forward. They were able to pull off that force buy, that little weird force buy that they made happen against Counter Logic Gaming. It worked out for them. CLG fully bought into that round, also with SMGs and the 2 rifles. And as you can see, I mean, one of those rifles got saved by nothing, but that puts CLG directly down in the dumps here, and they don't have good cash to try and make something happen. So now they're going to be forced into doing eco rounds against C9.
Yeah, what's interesting here, they've got a full B stack from CLG, and it looks like Cloud9 actually setting up themselves for a B split. But as I say that, though, they've actually got the information towards A. Someone in a moment is going to say, guys, there's no one actually here. And Sean could probably just stay there by himself, anchor the people in there. And that was actually really well played from Cloud9. Didn't overcommit. They worked out what was going on in the bomb site, got some good information, and now they're going to get the bomb down pretty uncontested. Hayes will make his way over there. He'll be trying to get any sort of frag he can, but yeah, he's going to get shut down. That's a really clinical round from Cloud9, and that's how you should play CS. Really good stuff from them.
Yeah, it's going to force it into a 3-on-3 now, so we got nothing. Freakazoid and Skadoodle left alive versus Tar, Cutler, and Sanks.
That's Sean going down there is kind of disappointing. Like, he didn't have to, once he got that first frag and like, he worked out where they were, he needed to fall back and play with the team, but getting taken down like that actually puts this round in a little bit of a tricky situation for them now. 3-on-3 is actually pretty scary, but the fact they haven't got kits here, they're just better off saving the Galil and maybe trying to get one more, but here we go, like nothing. Hungry for blood. Great shot from him.
Sniffs that out between the box man, but he doesn't look up, and Sanks will punish him for it. Sanks is going to grab himself that rifle and try and run away. No, he hears people rushing him. Can he pick up 2 frags here? Not able to do it. Won't be able to save that gun, but Cutler is able to save that Galil. And going into this next round, guys, we're going to go into a Turtle Beach team chat here. That's going to be with C9.
Tyler forgot to boost mid, that's why, so you had to run around.
Well, Tyler wasn't supposed to boost. I told you to boost mid.
I did boost.
Pick lower.
Try me. Right.
Yeah. Someone didn't boost.
Yo, Shouty didn't go up then.
Yeah.
Dry walk A. I'm all in quad. Don't smoke highway, please. Shouty, open the door instantly. Careful of the push. Scott, don't get blind right now by this push.
Close highway?
I think one's tracked there. Yeah, his work for sure.
Close. Tractor.
2 tractor, one site.
One catwalk.
One site.
Catwalk still. Highway.
I think so.
Catwalk.
Good job.
Nice. Jesus. That nade. Fuck.
Done, boys. That's how you lock down an anti-eco there. Like you can see, like with Cloud9, it's quite interesting their approach to each round. They know what the CTs may potentially do. Sean doesn't call anything too specific. He kind of has a general idea for the terrorists. They don't do this, and we'll win the round. So he kind of worked out where they were. Called one was forklift as well. So like, it's quite loose play from them, but it's just doing the bare fundamentals of CS and making sure you work the frags, go together, and that's all you need to do to win the anti-eco rounds. Don't have to overcommit or do anything too flashy.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Nico was talking about earlier. That structure that Sean Garrett wants, it really works out. He provides the information they need, and look at that grenade coming in from Freakazoid. Gets the touchdown onto Hayes. guns up for CLG. They need to get the fracture. Can they get past Freakazoid? They finally take him down after he removes Tarek from the round. That will make it a 3-on-3 with Skadoodle relatively lit here, down to 28 HP.
Yeah, that was the mid control we're talking about. Like, as soon as C9 get up there so fast, they flush you out of every single grenade they have available. And it's now a 3-on-3 situation. You can see here, like Sean, they're going to opt to go towards the B-bomb side. Sean is going to be molotoving that headshot area, and this is going to be really difficult to hold off. Decent smokes going down as well. JDM going to be the man on the bomb side. Has he got any response to this? Getting fully flashed, they know where he is. This can only go one way around. It's a really difficult situation. Will he going to find a frag? And he manages to take down Sean, and now he's going to be in a 2-on-2. And it's amazing stuff from JDM. Fantastic stuff from him. 1-on-1 situation now.
We got Sanks rotating his way in. He's going to go up towards Heaven here. Can nothing get this one in his favor? And Molotov's going to land right at his feet. Nothing trying to rotate through it. Survives for the time being. Sanks is still up. Looking out Heaven. Playing peekaboo. And Sanks will get the frag onto nothing. That's going to be a round win here for CLG as they're going to get on the bomb. Sanks will be able to save an op-2 for his team.
Yeah, that was great from JDM. I thought he was out of that completely. That's one of the worst positions you can be in when you're getting Molotov flash naded from every single angle. Managing to pick up 2 frags there, like they know where you are, it's so difficult. And he pulled it out of the bag. And I haven't actually cast him that much, but I've been told how good he is at the AWP. Yeah. And one of them, that's convinced me. I'm happy for him to continue doing that now. Fantastic work from him.
Yeah, definitely. That's why they talk about him being one of the better oppers in North America, and he does it well. It's just sometimes he gets criticized for being a little streaky and can't put it together. But if JDM can continue to shoot like he did in that round, it will really help CLG try and force this close, if not win this map, and force that map number 3.
Yeah, great stuff from him. We can see a full buy will be coming out from Cloud9 now. I wouldn't be surprised if they did the same sort of thing. Get the mid control, get the picks in your favor, because he Freakazoid there. No real backup for a teammate there. Really questionable play from him, but Shroud will respond in the kill onto Tarek. But yeah, I'm not really sure why Freakazoid had no backup whatsoever going there, but interesting round nonetheless.
Yeah, they were good. They were lucky to trade that frag back out and not allow Tarek to get a bunch more off of that one. But JDM not able to put the shot together as Sean Garris works his way in the site. But we're going to have Hayes able to trade out a frag there. Takes down Shroud. That's going to make it a 3-on-3 in the B-bomb side as Skadoodle drops it down. So Hayes, Cutler, and Sanks way on that 3-man retake attempt, trying to get into the B-bomb side. Oh, coming directly through the vents is going to be Sanks right off the bat. But nothing all over it. Nothing sees him. Tries to go for the shot. Sanks tries to get some spam damage off. Got to be careful here. Nothing hits him. And Skadoodle able to take down Hayes. So it's all up to Cutler. And he's already trying to rotate out, but he knows somebody's there. Sean Garris tries to throw the pistol out at him. Doesn't work on him, and Cutler will punish him for it. And Cutler's actually going to grab himself an AK for his trouble. And yeah, he needs to get out of there now. He's got 100 HP, and he's not... he wasn't too close. So he'll get out of there, not take a ton of damage. But another round in favor of Cloud9 now. And that's going to hurt the economy here for CLG. Yeah, winning one, then dropping it. Unfortunately for the CTs there, our MVP at last round, JDM, to use a very British phrase, got caught with his pants down. Yeah. He was running around with his knife out on the bomb side. The terrorists just came in, shut him down. And unfortunately, when he's the anchor on the side of the AWP, he's relied on to get at least one frag. He needs to get one, and the round's not going to go in their favor. Cutler managing to save the AK there, but we know the economy's been reset now. He's going to have an AK and armor, but the team have opted by nothing. You can see there that their money has been absolutely ruined now. And C9 will be aware of this. They're also aware of how the money situation works. CLG trying to get a little bit aggressive. They may be able to pick up a frag here. Sean does go down. No response for them as well, but the team are on the other side of the map, and they should be having a fairly clinical entrance here. As I say that, though, CLG have got some fire left, and they're going to take down 3 players now, and it's going to be a 2-on-3 situation in favor of CLG. Yeah, they have the advantage here. Sanks does have an AK in his hands. Let's see if they can get over it quick enough, but the op is in the hands of Skadoodle. He's going to be watching that A-main garage door area, looking back to see if anyone's going to get the flank off on him. They know one's in sight, near the quad box, nothing, making a lot of noise with those grenades. They saw where they were thrown from. So, and Skadoodle hits a shot, same with nothing. That turns us into a 2-on-1, and Skadoodle will close it down, remove Sanks from the round. That's 5-2 now in favor of Cloud9. Yeah, that was actually a really exciting round. I didn't see CLG getting those frags whatsoever. A 2-on-3 situation, a shut down pretty clinically towards the end there. Skadoodle and Cloud9, 2 of the best clutches on the team for them. Like, they're normally the ones you always rely on to make those sort of rounds. But you can see they actually have to go for a double eco here. CLG don't have enough money to actually justify a force buy here. I think that's a very wise decision from them. We see a lot of teams, especially in Europe, they always force out. Like, they're always trying to get the deagles in there, the 5-7 play, push into areas, and that's the beginning of the end for them. I think this is a wise decision. Take another eco on the chin and get back into it with a full buy next round. Freakazoid's going to step into that B bomb site, hit a nice shot there on the haze. That's going to open it up for him. CLG only with pistols in their hands here, trying to defend. Sanks will be the fast man there, up in heaven, able to hit a nice shot. Same with JDM, but Sean Gares will answer, removes Cutler from the round, and Sean Gares gets the flank off, removes JDM, doesn't allow him to go through the vents. So now all we have left alive here is Sanks, 1v3 with the bomb down in the B bomb site. He doesn't really have a chance at this. He would just love to get some, force some rebuys here from Cloud9 and maybe steal away a gun for next round. But he's not going to be able to escape. Shroud will take him down, and another round in a row for Cloud9.
Yeah, this is the moment where CLG needs to work out how they're going to respond to this. The mid control has proven too much for them right now. They are trading the frags, but it's not enough. And here we go. This is what I was going to say. Double AWP setup is probably the best they can do. Get one AWP at either bomb site, play a heavy middle, get that contention going, actually make the frags, make sure you have the crossfires going on, and you're allowing yourselves to have those AWPs getting at least one frag either side of the map. This is a perfect read from them. I think this could go very well, depending on how they approach middle right now. But Sean is very clever at his calling. He knows they're going to be responding to what they're doing, so he may call for something completely different. You can see a very passive approach here. They are spreading themselves out, but it looks like they will be favoring the A-bomb side.
And what's interesting that we're seeing here from Counterlogic Gaming, excuse me, when they ran the double op on map number 1, it was actually Cutler and JDM running it. And right now we have Tarek running it with JDM instead. So let's see if the trade-out works for them. But entries into the site. Freakazoid's able to get 2. Shroud can get 1. And there's nothing. Oh my goodness. Tarek all the way at the B bomb site. Lone Ranger right now with the op in hand. Not going to bode well for him, and they're going for the hunt. They want to get that op out of his hands.
So that was actually out of the playbook of Envious. That's exactly what they do on their A takes. It's very simple and very effective. You smoke off the quad area, you use one pop flash, and you leave the highway and CT spawn area open. Most CT setups won't be favoring toward the area. They'll be playing towards the bomb site. You run out and you just roll out on your aims. You completely smother the CT. It's almost too much, especially when you have better players on your side. It's something Envious do very well, and a lot of the teams are adapting it now. Very simple, and it's not like a normal A take where you see all the smokes flying over the map and you can call what's going on. It's very explosive and very difficult to hold. Perfect play from Cloud9 there, and you can see yet again CLG going to be in a very difficult situation with the economy, and this is where it gets difficult for them. The game is running away from them. They're on the favored side of CT. They need to start waking up and getting the rounds together. I think if I'd given one piece of advice, were to start playing the aggressive rounds, especially towards A storage. Oh god, it's just going to be a playground now for Cloud9. If they worked out there's a stack going on, it should be pretty easy to get as well.
Yep, there we go. Oh man, bomb down out in the open. It doesn't matter though. Cloud9 has the gun advantage. Skadoodle's able to pick up another one. That's already going to be a 3K for him on the round. And no, the nade would have made it a 4K, but Freakazoid able to hit the shot there on Sanks behind the sandbags, take him down, and Cloud9 has now officially won this half. The best CLG can do at this point is if they win out, they can get 7 rounds to their name.
This is what we're talking about, the Cloud9 terrorist setup. It's so strong and it stifles CT so much. It's so difficult to respond to. Like Sean plays it so well. He knows exactly what to do. I think we'll be seeing a little tactical pause here. I think that is a very good idea from CLG. They have got money to buy here. They'll be working out what they can do, how they can approach the round. From what we've seen, they've done dual AWP setup. That kind of worked out for them. Like when JDM hits his shots on the B bomb side, they got picks there. I think they need to either leave middle completely. For me, I think that they're not winning the battles there. Although they're going frag for frag, it's just not enough. They're not contending enough. I'd like to see them play a little bit more passively, get the AWP in quad, just watching highway, play a couple more, play a guy in vents, perhaps getting the information.
Yeah.
But right now, they're not winning the battles. They're getting completely flushed out, and there's no response.
Yeah, and we really haven't even seen anybody boosted up into the vents yet, or at least just run mid to try and get in there. And that might be a little bit too dangerous to try and run mid right now with what C9's doing, unless they're heavy at A right off the bat. Yeah. So, I mean, you could have somebody go with JDM into B, smoke the initial entrance, boost that guy up into the vents, get the counter boost going, and allow him to try and work that.
At least, though, we know like Cloud9 are running out so quickly, right? Yeah. We saw Freakazoid just running through smoke. If he's running through smoke, you've got such a great position on him and in the vents, you'll take that frag all day long. He has too many angles to check. He's not going to come out looking at vents. That's the setup they need to be running. Let them have middle. They're too strong for you, that area. So let them have it, get the information, play the AWP in quad, just forcing them to come into the bomb sites. But right now, the mid area is not working for them. We can see them now. They have picked up an AWP on JDM. He's been playing the B area so far. I'd like to see him mix it up a little bit. Maybe he needs to be on the A bomb side, kind of playing the anchor position, locking down middle. But yeah, here we go. This is going to be a very important round indeed. Will CLG have an answer for Cloud9? And same again, this is where Cloud9 have the advantage of the pause as well. They can work out, we can just run something completely different here. We could do something even more surprising and see how we can stick it even more to them.
And so we are going to see a little bit more aggressive mid coming out here from Sanks. And look at the counter right there. JDM's able to get out. He needs to get another frag here or have somebody come support. He's got nothing right around the corner. Can he grab the shot? Shroud can't take him down yet, but nothing will go on the peak and remove him out of squeaky room. But JDM showing a different look here. Now Cloud9 has to, even though it didn't get a ton of frags, that's something Cloud9 has to think about now and honor in the future.
Unfortunately for JDM, they really overcommitted to that angle.
Yeah.
He should have just held the door, got the one frag and fallen back. The fact he went so deep, he had no exit strategy there. He had to try and no-scope people. It was a great idea from him. Like I said, they needed to take the game for Cloud9 and get the opening frag, but when he got himself in that angle, it was just game over for him, and unfortunately that puts the advantage back in the court of Cloud9.
And it looks like once again they're going to be setting up towards the A bomb site at the moment with one player out in mid. Let's see if that's going to be a good distraction there. And I believe that's Sean Garris. Yeah, that is Sean Garris back towards mid. And it looks like he wants to gear up with his teammates towards the A bomb site. So it will turn into an A hit here as looks like nothing's going to be trying to execute his way out initially. Cutler's right there with a good denial though. Drops that Molotov down. That's going to prevent them from getting in. Same with Tarek, able to get a shot off onto Skadoodle. That's going to help out a ton. And now that's going to leave two players trying to make their way out of the squeaky door. And Cutler hits it, but Shroud and Sean Garris are able to pick up three very fast frags. And that's only Hayes by himself trying to get in this bomb site. He might make it a one-on-one, and
nice.
yes, he does. Good range. Now we see Shroud, but Shroud
God.
too quick.
That rattled his ancestors.
Oh,
God, good
man.
Lord.
He saw him too. He jumped up and saw him nonetheless and couldn't make it, but Shroud too fast. Snapped over above that smoke and hit the headshot.
I was going to say what CLG did there was actually perfect. They utilized the Molotovs or incendiaries perfectly. They made sure that they had the read. They worked out what Cloud9 were doing. Unfortunately for them, Cloud9 played that really smart. They didn't even commit at that point. They came out, waited for everything to get used, and then just came out and wrecked them. And then Shroud getting that amazing kill at the end. That was crazy. And it's going to put them in a horrible situation here. 9-2 on the CT side, exactly not what you want. Skadoodle is just having fragging for fun right now. 5-4 situation, and CLG definitely in the pit of despair here.
Yeah, definitely. CLG at this point having some trouble. He actually got Skadoodle. Trying to figure out if there's anyone pushing down, and he's just trying to hang out at the moment. But Cloud9 with a gigantic advantage here. 9-2 is the scoreline. CLG not really able to put together anything. And I mean, Freakus was just able to walk his way up middle with his teammate right there. I believe that was Skadoodle wrapping all the way around. Yeah, same with the bomb and Shroud. They're just able to walk their way up highway, get that initial shot, and another one goes in their favor as only Tarek's going to be left alive here with just the pistol in his hand, outside B, in a gunfight with Sean Garris there. And Sean Garris is just going to mop that one up. That's 10-2 now in favor of C9.
Yeah, like we've kind of spoken about what CLG could do, get back into this game. The dual orb setup again, it has worked for them in the past. I think that's their best point of call here. Like, get an anchor set up on either side. You have an AWP on A, an AWP on B, and maybe they'll go back to 3 playing middle and try and change the setup a little bit. They keep playing the sandbags area and keep getting flushed out with the Molotovs. But it looks like Cloud9, they've got so much room to play with, so much breathing space, so they can just kind of call any strategy here and surprise them. The fast middle coming out yet again. Skadoodle picks up that crazy kill in middle, as utilizing the good spawn there, and you can see them now just kind of smothering middle. They have got players in middle waiting for them, and there will be a contention, but unfortunately, yet again, they make frags, but it's just not enough. They left themselves in a 3-on-2 situation, and it's just not good enough. You need to be making sure you get those. If you're going to commit 3 men there, they need to be winning those situations.
And it's the 2 ops that are left here, so they desperately need to get an initial. Oh, Tarek not able to hit the shot, but he goes on the repeat, able to take down Sean Garris. That's a great repeat for them, but that's going to turn this into a 2-on-2 here with Nothing and Shroud both working back through the vents, and they have a free bomb site to take. They're going to catch both of these ops out of position, and they know one has rotated over. You just threw a grenade, threw a creeper into that bomb site. You have to figure out where the other op is. They're trying to find it right now, and if JDM takes the shot, they're going to know for a fact that both are there. Outside the B bomb site, 1 Heaven, 1 in Creeper. Can they make any of these shots happen? And Nothing, I think at this point, Henry, Nothing's a little too smart to get over eager and try and peek out wide.
Trying to retake bomb sites with 2 orbs as well is probably the worst gun you could have chosen for this situation. JDM does manage to pick up a frag, but it's going to be not enough. And it's going to be another simple round for Cloud9. They're making this look really easy here. They're not really being tested in terms tactically. They're just doing their standard rounds, boost up middle, get frag for frag. You can see there, look at the look on their faces, very happy, very relaxed. There's not really been much here to actually get them on the ropes. So a forced buy from CLG is probably the best they can do. Any more rounds they lose now, it's just going to be too much. You can see a very different state of affairs on the faces of CLG there, looking very stressed out, very tested. But here we go, Cloud9 now going into the 14th round, very confident, and I think this half is already tied up. There's not really much more they need to do. Nothing, insult to injury, making it even worse. Hayes will reply, but this fast B execute now is just going to be too much for them. How are they even going to hold this one off?
Yeah, so all we're going to have left alive here for Counter Logic Gaming, well, now that we just lost Color, it's just going to be Hayes and JDM. And Freakazoid, what a shot!
Son.
Able to get 2 of them right there. And now it's going to leave Hayes left alive. He knows where Freakazoid is, and he removes Freakazoid from the round. Gives him a little bit of his own medicine there with the headshot. And he's going to try and go on the repeat here, but he's 1v3 at the moment. Bomb is planning to be. Counter boost is coming through the vents right now, so he's going to get flanked. Shroud will get out onto the roof, end up hitting his shot. That makes it 12-2 in favor of Cloud9 as we hit the final round of this half.
Yeah, look at their money situation right now. It's going from bad to worse for CLG. It's going to have to be a complete force here. Famasis, 5-7s, anything they can kind of scrounge together, but if Cloud9 need to just do the same round they did just then, there's no way they can hold off middle whatsoever. CLG will just be hoping something goes horribly wrong for Cloud9 and make a horrible decision here. It looks like they won't actually be contending middle at all here. They're actually just, this is what I said they probably should have done before. Let them have middle, and I see a B-stack coming out here. This is probably the kind of rounds they need to be doing on their main gun rounds. Now it's just not, they don't have enough to play with, not enough equipment to even challenge. So it's going to be a 3-on-2 situation. Cutler is going to be a man to try and get this one back into this. He's the only man with a Famas in hand. But there we go. Sanks actually responds onto Shroud, and it goes into a 2-on-2 situation. If ever a round was needed, this is it for CLG. 12-3. May be doable in some sort of realm I'm not aware of, but here we go. Let's see what they can do.
We're going to have Cutler left alive. Sanks is right there, too. Skadoodle, though, all over the top. And he's going to be able to easily take down Sanks. So Cutler's got to rotate in. He's going to be into that 1-on-2. Can he take that Freakazoid? The high HP player got get around it, and Skadoodle will remove him. And that is going to be a great half if you're Cloud9. I mean,
yeah,
13-2.
Absolute shocker of your CLG, I'm afraid. That was really disappointing from them. Like, unfortunately, like if you're a team that hasn't played together too much, the chemistry required and the team play needed on Cash, especially holding off such a formidable force like Cloud9 in middle, it was just too much for them. They got absolutely smothered. They didn't have any reply whatsoever. We didn't see them have control middle at any stage of the point. They never even tried counter boosting. They never allowed themselves to boost them in the vents. There was no experimentation there. It was just, okay, let's try the rifles in the middle. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try to get the orbs out. That's not working. The only rounds they actually got was from amazing individual play. We saw that from JDM on the B-bomb side. He managed to find 2 frags out of nowhere, but that's the only real reason they got those 2 frags on the board. It's just big individual play. I believe they actually won the pistol as well, I think. Yeah, they did. So the only rounds they actually won there was the pistol round and the crazy round from JDM. But here we go. This is a very important round, it goes without saying. CLG need this desperately if they have a chance of getting in here. They've gone full armor, no utility to speak of whatsoever, so you can expect a full rush from here. They can't afford to actually do anything slow because they have got nothing to hold the choke points off with.
And they are going to be heavy here into mid initially. They're going to send 3 out in that direction. They're going to have a man that's going to be able to fast vents, though, over to this B-bomb site. Has nothing's going to make the call. He sees a ton of terrorists working their way in. Hayes gets one. Tarek also gets a shot there. That's Shroud removed from the round. Can Freakazoid come in? Sean Garrett is able to hit 2 shots of his own. Can Skadoodle get the player inside? The Checker who somehow survives. Both low on HP. And the jump shot from JDM gets him right back into this thing. It's going to be a 3-on-2 here without, oh no. Sean Garrett with the dirty grenade to remove JDM. That's going to make it a 2-on-2. Sanks is going to go for the bomb plant. Freakazoid's going to try and work his way around. He's going to see Hayes. Can he get in there and get some damage done? His teammate's going to try and get any angle that he can. Freakazoid's still going to be gunfighting. Hayes is able to take down Sean Garrett. Can Freakazoid get right in it? And not able to. Hayes will remove him and Sean Garrett from that round, and that will be a pistol round victory going in favor of CLG.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, CSGO pistol rounds in general. I'm not a huge fan of them. It seems like most teams can kind of just rely on a B rush like that and get away with it. You don't really need any sort of tactical approach, just running, jumping around, getting Glock headshots all over the place. I think it's something that needs to be addressed. It kind of is a little bit boring to watch, but there we go. It's actually got CLG back into this game. They all force by with the Galils and AKs here. This is quite smart from them. Having 2 MP7s to kind of scout out the maps and work out the choke points and get the information gathered. As I say that, those Skadoodle has actually picked up the scout and armor. This is going to be crazy scary on this map. If he can get Rocky and get the tags off and allow his team to force in after that, this is going to be pretty difficult to hold off. Luckily enough, they have opted to get the 3 AKs here, so they can play the map slowly, use the MP7s to get information, and then play off that.
I mean, first half, too, they were able to get the initial pistol round, and then they lost to Eco, and it was rough after that. So hopefully here, CLG can change history and not allow themselves to get in that same rut again. And they just have to be very careful taking down Sean Garrett in the B-bomb site initially. Scout comes out, some good damage gets done to Sanks as Skadoodle is going to have to back up here. Call for the rotates. Freakazoid's already up top in heaven, trying to hit a shot of his own. As we have that number 6 man on a deep flank here, nothing, but he's already taken so much damage. Can the Scout get the frag? And Cutler's got to be careful. He does have Shroud right around the corner from him. 5-7 in hand, gets him. That's going to be a gun drop in mid. And do they commit into this? They're so low on HP, it's going to be really hard to get in. You might as well be just saving your head armor at this point.
Absolutely. Like when the bomb's down, you've got no kids to play with. One point I wanted to make, like when you're in this sort of position, you've got so many rounds to play with. I know you want to close it out, but for me, like it's actually smarter just to wait until you actually can get the full guns out. Like you're relying on Skadoodle's economy. We know we need his AWP to go absolutely ham on here.
Oh, JDM
goes down. That's disappointing for him. Yeah, that's, as I was saying, sorry, why force it? You don't need to. Like, You don't need to get back into the game. Like, wait until you have full economy, get Skadoodle the AWP, have full nades, get the incendiaries on your side. That force for me is pretty questionable, and this round could be kind of like, they might be tempted to get a few nades here as well and just keep chipping away at their own economy, but nice round for CLG nonetheless. I'm not happy with this one yet. They've got full rifles, decent grenades to play with, and as long as they don't do anything too silly, I expect them to do something a little bit more executed here. Maybe a little wall of smoke there to say that they're ace and doesn't care. Runs out, completely locks down Shroud, and that's going to be a great opener for them.
Yeah, tried to get that grenade off there to remove Freakazoid from the round, but it didn't work out in their favor. And Hazed actually eats a good grenade. Goes down to 54 HP. Tarek's going to be left there with 39. They're going to be on the rotate back towards this A bomb site. Looks like they want to turn it into an A hit here, as they do have that 2-man advantage. It's going to be 5 versus 3. Freakazoid down to 16, nothing at 59, and Skadoodle with 100. Let's see if they can catch these guys in sight. Skadoodle's able to hit an initial shot there. Here comes nothing on the rotate. Can't get out of the smoke in time to get the shot onto Cutler. He will go down. So it's going to be Freakazoid and Skadoodle low on HP. There goes Skadoodle. It's all up to Freakazoid, and he's out of the round also. It's going to be 13-5 as CLG is still battling their way back. But at this point, it's Cloud9's game to lose.
Well, this is it. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Look at the money on Cloud9 now. That force buy means they don't get the AWP on Skadoodle now. They don't get as much utility to play as they would have liked. And I don't know why they did this. So you didn't have to commit to that. You didn't have to force buy. Like, I know they want to close it out, and they can see CLG as maybe a little bit of a lesser position in them in terms of like the rankings right now. But if you were smart, you would have closed this out right now. You'd have a full buy, and now it's going to be difficult for them. It's going to be an uphill struggle getting back into this one. If they lose this round, especially, they might lose momentum completely.
Yeah, and it's a situation also where you could get a little too much into your head, like, why are we able to close this out? What is happening here?
The argument stuff.
It hurts.
This is when you start saying, oh, why are we doing this? How's this happened? Like,
yeah.
Unfortunately for me, like, this is the opposite of the call I would have made, but there we go. 13-5, they have got a lot to play with, so they should still close this one out, but I think it's just going to be a lot closer now. Closer than it had to be.
Into round 19. This could have been a round here that Cloud9 was trying to force the victory. It didn't work out in that direction, and Cutler's able to open it up, able to get a nice shot there onto Skadoodle, removes him and almost dies himself from his own teammate. Who was it that shot him? That was Tarek. That would have been a little bit more high up into his face. He would have got a headshot on him, but Hazed does take down a pushing nothing out in mid. That gives them that 2-man advantage once again. It looks like CLG, if they can hold on here, they should give this 6 rounds.
Yeah, so we know Skadoodle, one of the best defensive AWPers in the world, especially on the A-bomb side. He seems to never miss a shot on that. He's being forced to push positions like Squeaky Door, getting shut down by an AK. Like, it's just the opposite of what you want to, especially to an opening round where it's so big to your economy as well. He gets shut down with no response whatsoever. They're left in a 5-on-3 situation. The good thing about this is they have 2 players on the B-bomb side. Let's say that those Shroud get taken down. Drawn manages to pick up 2 frags. If we leave Freakazoid in a 3-on-1 situation now, bomb goes down and he has to work out what he's going to do here. Is he going to go for this one or try and keep the economy somewhat intact for the CTs?
That could have quickly got out of hand there if Sean Garrett was able to line up all 3 of those frags. That would have been bombed down with the other terrorists, the other 2 terrorists alive, which would have been JDM and Tarek outside the B bomb site. That could have allowed Freakazoid to rotate all the way in there and really just lock that down, and he's not even going to go for it here, as he's just going to go for the save. CLG will get his 6th round, and it will be 13-6 in favor of Cloud9 still.
And this is where Cloud9 have to go into an eco now. So this is how not to manage your CT economy. CT economy is so important, and now they've got themselves in this rut. They're going to be on like $2,900 each here, and this is where like they'll probably get 5-7s and try and do something a little bit more aggressive maybe. I wouldn't be surprised they flashed into a story, try to get the opening frag perhaps. They have got Freakazoid on the rifle as well, so where they put him will be very interesting. Maybe he'll go for the middle areas, watch out for boosts. But he has got a decent spawn as well. Maybe you go towards B and try and get the early frag, but let's see how this one pans out. We have got JDM on the AWP. As long as they play it slow, they should be able to work some picks and just ascertain that the CTs are on eco here.
JDM going to be looking directly out mid into round 20. And they hear the gunshots, so... Oh man, Tarek able to take down Sean Garris there. That's going to be an opener for CLG again, and Tarek able to get 3 out in the middle right there. I thought he was going to grab a 4th one, but that player at headshot actually rotated back. Now he's going to be peeking back out. That could turn into a 4K for Tarek, but nope, going to rotate back. There goes Shroud, and the same with Skadoodle. Hazed and JDM pick up those 2 frags. That's a 7th round now for CLG, and how many is that in a row for them? That's
5, I think.
All of them in a row, yep.
So this is going to get interesting. Cloud9 finally have economy on their side. They need to work out how they're going to approach around. You've got to bet that Skadoodles will pick up an AWP here and start playing A like he normally does. He's so good at playing that quad area. He has a great smoke he puts down and kind of baits T's into facing as well. As long as he can just play his game and just work pick for pick, he shouldn't have... Actually, as I said though, he's going towards B this time. He's actually mixing it up a little bit, which is quite interesting. He can just lock that bomb site by himself now. It was that advantageous position. No one's going to outpick him there, so this is quite good from Cloud9. Actually, opting to go towards middle, leaving one player on towards A as well. That's going to be Sean, which is quite interesting. It's going to be all up to him if it's a fast A execute. You can see the smoke's flying over now. It's quite telegraphed as to what's going on, but he's going to be the anchor here. Whether he'll be able to get the first frag and actually lock this down is going to be yet to be seen.
Oh, we're going to have Shroud out in the middle, able to get 1. Oh no, Shroud's able to get 2 out in mid. That was going to be a split. They were going to try and work their way up highway. The smokes are down though. They have that bomb site pretty much locked in. Cutler's going to go through the smoke. Tarek's able to pick up Sean Garris, who is back at quad, and remove him from the round. Freakazoid's going to come in, get very aggressive. Tarek's able to hit another one, but Skadoodle steps up, removes him from the round. Now we're into a 2-on-2. Now it's going to be a 2-on-1, and Skadoodle will be the last man standing here for Cloud9. Going to be looking into A main. He gets away initially. Cutler's right there in front of him. Can he get the quick shot off of Cutler? Actually misses it, and Cutler will punish him for it. But a 2K for Tarek, able to get into that A site. And that's 8 rounds.
This is looking a little bit scary now. If CLG get back into this side, Cloud9 will be really disappointed with themselves. Their economy management has been terrible. You can see now they're going to be left with 3,900, I think, each, and then now they have to work out what they're going to do. I think a full eco here is the wise decision to make. Start playing standard rounds like you normally would. Like Sean playing quad area there. He's not the kind of player who's going to get 2 or 3 frags in that sort of situation. He didn't even get 1 as they executed. Gets Skadoodle back onto the A-bomb site and just start working off his picks and playing the standard rounds.
Yeah, this is 6 unanswered rounds here for CLG. I mean, Cloud9 was able to make that a 13-2 half. It should have been a runaway for them right off the bat. Okay, they lost the pistol round. Big deal there. Maybe we'll get an we'll get an eco off.
Yeah.
And no, CLG haven't looked back in some bad buys from Cloud9. It's really turning this to what could be a game that CLG might be able to take away from them. Oh, does Cutler actually go for the peek here in mid? Got to be careful as headshot gets dropped out of the way. Also, that's going to be Hayes who got Sean Garris as Shroud's still going to be trying to re-peek mid. Cutler, they're going to turn this into a B-take and almost catching nothing right there. Out in the open, trying to throw a grenade. He's low on HP now. He's got to be careful. No, he's not. That's Skadoodle low on HP, but now he's dead. As Shroud will hit himself a shot from heaven. Trying to piece together a few more, but it is going to be a 4-on-3 in favor of CLG as they have guns. They get it close round-wise now. JDM and Hayes get into it, though. Get some pistol shots. That's Hayes who closes it down. It's 9 rounds now for CLG.
Who would have thought they would pull this one out? It was such a devastating first half. Like, actually getting that many rounds in a row. I think it's 7 now. Like, this is unbelievable for them, right? Cloud9, another chance. You've got the full economy. Play a standard round. Stop trying to experiment and trying to finish this one early. Just play your normal CT setup, and I think they'll be absolutely fine here. The thing is that CLG has seemed to work all the picks here. They're actually playing this really nicely. I didn't expect them to come back from this deficit, but all of a sudden it actually seems like they have a look into this game. If they pick up this round as well, it's going to get really difficult. It looks like a fast A execute is actually be coming in here. Be interested to see what Cloud9 can actually do to hold this one off. Skadoodle back in his position now. This is where I expect him to be, and this is where he's at his strongest.
To be playing right there. Shroud does pick up an initial frag, though. This could be the round that turns it around for him. Skadoodle hits the fast op shot. He's completely blind, though. Goes on the re-peek. How come they're not peeking at him? JDM's going to be the last one left. 1v3, and Skadoodle's op has already worked into a 2K for himself. JDM's trying to find the truck player. Bomb is going to be down towards the middle of the bomb site near Forklift there, in a very good position for Cloud9 to be able to cover this. This is going to be a tough 1v3 for JDM.
Yeah, like he's got slim to no chance of pulling this one off as long as Cloud9 are disciplined and don't overface too much. You just need to make sure, like, force them to plant. This is what a lot of teams struggle with in this sort of game for some reason, is making the teams plant. They have to work for this clutch. You see JDM, like, he knows he has to make a frag here. There's no way he will get the bomb down. Like, nothing. Great shot from him, locks it down. And that's what I was talking about. A nice standard setup. What they normally do is all he needs to do. As soon as he got Skadoodle in that position, he's got the ability to push through those smokes, and he has the confidence in himself to do it, and that's what they needed. 14-9 now. Wouldn't be surprised if they close this one out. Double AWP setup from Cloud9 now is interesting. I think this is one of the strongest setups you can do on Cash. I think it's great. It's really good at locking down the B bomb site. Keeps Skadoodle in his normal position. You can play 3 players in middle then, and this is how they close this one out.
Yeah, so Skadoodle with that op, of course, and Sean Gare is going to be that backup operator who's running the op right now. And let's see, C9 can use this very effectively here, not unless Sank steps out and able to take down Skadoodle without even getting punished. Freakazoid did get a frag of his own, though, so it's going to even it out at a 4-on-4. It puts a lot of pressure here on the Cloud9 because they've just reset their economy. If they don't win this one, that's going to force them back into that saving scenario. Oh, the Molotov comes out. That's going to push Shroud out wide from the forklift, and Cutler will get the frag on it, but Freakazoid still inside the A bomb site, able to even it up, gets himself 2 on the round, and they have pulled everybody from Cloud9 towards A. And actually, we're going to have one man rotate back now. That's going to be Sean Gares. Misses his op shot. Tarek will take him down, and now we're going to have a 3-on-2 in favor of CLG. So this buy round that was looking good for Cloud9 doesn't look like it's good anymore. Oh, they're going to throw the Molotov in the back. Tarek's going to go for the bomb plant as Creeper's smoked out. See if Sanks can pick up this initial shot. It's going to be nothing, and Freakazoid trying to do that 2-man retake. Freakazoid up top, completely blind here. They want to go for this. They're only down a man here, and nope, not going to be able to get anything fast enough, so they're going to have to back up, save their guns. They are able to pick up an op, though, that they can drop to Skadoodle, and the score will be 14-10 as CLG brings us back within 4 rounds now.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad they saved those guns as well. Like you said, the money's been reset now. We're going to the next round of $1,400. The economy's really not in a strong position. A couple of players on 3K here, but they would have been forcing definitely next round. So if they can manage to save these ones, but I have to say, right now, CLG is beating them on the fragging game. The fact that Skadoodle's getting picked by an AK on the A bomb side, and that's crazy. That battle should be like locked down completely by him. The fact they even have the audacity to face him when they've got with an AK when he's got an AWP, it's pretty crazy stuff to begin with. But they just seem very confident in ability now, and they're just taking this round for round. It's like Cloud9 are the ones who don't have an answer for once, and now we can see there is going to be the force buy to Cloud9. They have got the AWP still, but how they're going to approach it now will be really interesting. They just need to make sure they play a standard game, don't allow them to get the picks. That's what CLG are relying on right now. They don't seem to be doing anything too tactically crazy, just working picks and actually out-fragging them all over the map.
Into round 25 here. CLG, just as Henry said, winning those aim battles, and it's working out for them. They could make a really tough map out of this, and I think, I mean, at half, definitely, we saw it 13-2. We didn't think this was going to be hard at all for Cloud9 to close out, but CLG really turned it on, and it has to make you wonder, if Finesse was here, how would it affect them? Would it make them better? Would they play a little bit better here?
Well, you have to say that. Like, normally the in-game lead is more relied on for T-side, but right now their T-side's 10 times better than their CT half, so maybe Cutler really has got something up his sleeve for this team, and Hayes looks like he's going to get a great frag there onto Sean. Fantastic work from him. Like, Sean is getting a little bit frustrated there, trying to get information maybe, but it's going to let them down this time, and he's going to have no... You look at the grenades on Cloud9, they've actually got nothing to hold off any choke points now. As long as CLG just approach the bomb site properly, smoke off all the choke points, there's no way they can retake it. Cloud9 have got nothing. They've got 2 kits and no grenades. Like, what can they really do here? They're relying on frags. They need to get a kill, and they need to get it now. They need to start opening the round up. And you can see time is ticking away, but this is all in the favor of CLG. They've got so much momentum in this round, and like I think Cloud9 are just waiting to die at this point. Like, what can they even do to hold them off?
Freakazoid's going to be doesn't go for the peek. He's just hiding here. He's got to hit a shot. Can he pick up a secondary one? No. Freakazoid only got 1. Tarek was able to remove him from the round. And that's going to be Skadoodle and Shroud going on the save once again, trying to save that off. Recycle that thing. Same with that Silent M4. But that's CLG now with an 11th round after this bomb blows up. And that's boding very well for them because remember, this is do or die for them, guys. It's a best of 3. And C9 already took map number 1, so if CLG wants to try and win this and go forward, they have to win this map to force a 3rd.
So next round, I'm going to suggest Cloud9 take a pause themselves. Yeah. They're getting absolutely outclassed every single place in the map right now. Every round going against them, and you've just got to ask yourself what's going on. This all stemmed from that early economy management. I'm really sorry to say, but that's what happened here. They were too like, I don't want to say arrogant, but the fact they were force buying those sort of situations, that's what's let them down here. Their money's been terrible going through here. And the gun rounds where they had full cash here, they tried different experiments, and the one round they won was a standard setup. But after that, they got shut down with the AK shot on the Skadoodle, and it's getting a little bit frustrating now for Cloud9. You can see the money is terrible, and CLG actually have a really good shot at winning this. If they can keep its momentum up, they'll probably do something pretty fast here just to kind of throw a spanner into the works and keep it unpredictable, but this is looking very favorable for them right now.
Yeah, and mentally this is going to be hard for these guys, and morale-wise too. I mean, you're 2 rounds away from locking this up, guaranteeing the win, and you can't grab it. Nothing you're doing is working here, and man, it's got to be so frustrating if you're Cloud9. But look at this aggressive push out through mid. Sean Garris was going for it. They get a lot of information. They're actually going to back up and try to swing this back towards A to protect, get a 4-man stack going there, as CLG now knows for sure that a majority of the players on Cloud9 didn't have enough cash to buy into this.
Well, Skadoodle has got the AWP, one of the scariest players in the world right now with that weapon. If they can utilize him properly and get him some information just so he can rotate, that's going to be fantastic.
No.
We say that though, Tarek will get taken down by Sean, and the players now are going to be forced into the other bomb site, but JDM does answer back. Freak is already taken down. Skadoodle is going to be playing the anchor towards B. If the CTs can flush them over towards that area, they could have a real chance of taking this one. Skadoodle needs to hit a couple of shots, but this is looking kind of nice for Cloud9 right now. Depends on what final decision CLG make now. Will they be able to work out where they're playing from?
Yeah, it's going to be 3-on-4 now in favor of CLG here, but there's going to be that up in the hands of Skadoodle. Sean Garris with the AK in his, and nothing with only a P250. And the man over there defending the A bomb site at the moment is just going to be Sean Garris. 100 HP. He has the AK in his hands, trying to spray some bullets from that thing to get anybody crossing, try and get him killed, but not going to work out in his favor. Sean Garris going to try and peek from the white truck, not going to find anything, and once again C9 going to make the smart play here, as nothing does grab himself a silent M4. They're going to go with the 3-man save and save that AK, M4, and the AWP.
So the mid-round calling right now, and almost end-round calling as well, is perfect. Like, they worked out exactly what was going on, walked into a bomb site uncontested whatsoever. Sean was the only man at the A bomb site from that car area. What can he even do once the smokes go down? His only attempt is to spam a little bit and hopefully get a kill. Wasn't meant to be, and now they're actually getting themselves in a position where they're running away with this. Like, Cloud9, we've seen him save a few times now. They haven't need to say the AWPs. They will be able to do a full buy next round, but they almost look like they've got no answers here. We've seen this before from Cloud9. Like, we've seen them in some games, especially towards the later stage of tournaments. They find it very difficult to close rounds out when they're very close to winning. This crossing the finish line has always been a problem. We saw in interviews with Jordan recently that they're working on it. They know it's a problem in the team, but against a team like this, CLG, you're probably getting a little bit frustrated, like more so than it would be like going against someone like Fnatic.
Yeah. And one thing that's really interesting about this is, at least in the past with teams like CLG, or not teams like exactly CLG, those guys used to have issues closing games out. They'd get to a 14th round, they couldn't close it. And it's funny because they did that a few times against Cloud9, and now it's the exact opposite thing happening here. Cloud9 is at 14 rounds, and they cannot close it down on CLG.
A different approach here. Shroud will be boosted up. We see this boost a lot in European CS. Shroud is going to have to make sure he gets one frag and falls back here, especially when he's got the FAMAS as well. Interestingly, he's been boosted when he's got the lesser weapon. You'd normally opt to take the AK up there or the rifle perhaps, but there we go. FAMAS is going to be the gun of choice taking him on, but CLG playing this perfectly. They're not overcommitting. Like, we've seen him do smoke execute so far, but they're just working the picks here. JDM working out where the CTs are playing from, ascertaining that they can get up and not even have to look at highway. He's just working out where the CTs are, and this could be a perfect round for them. They can just get them to A very aggressively. This could work out very nicely. You see all the T's coming over now. They have got that one player over towards B. That's going to be Sanks, just getting information and no one's pushed. So Cloud9 right now have no idea what's going on. They haven't got any sort of control over the map whatsoever.
This could be very dangerous for them. Here comes the initial smoke coming out. There goes a flashbang too. Shroud's going to be looking to try and pick up that frag. Partially blind. Can't get it off. Yes, he finally does get it off. Going to throw a grenade to try and do some damage there. Skadoodle with the op in his head. Can he hit another shot? Not going to be able to do it. JDM takes him down, and here comes the push from Shroud. He will get removed as Freakazoid does grab a nice frag. That grenade's not going to do hardly anything to JDM. I think only 1 point of damage there, but Tarek's going to be at the forklift low on HP. If that Molotov goes in that direction, that's probably going to kill Tarek. He won't be able to escape the little bit of damage fast enough. And, no, he's still going to be at forklift. He will get the shot onto nothing. And the comeback here for CLG is definitely alive and well. That's going to bring them within 1 round of Cloud9 now.
So you kind of have to question Skadoodle's position there. Like, he was boosting Shroud at the start of the round, but why he was being boosted with the FAMAS, I have no idea. He managed to get 1 frag, but it just left Skadoodle in such a horrible position there.
Yeah.
When you're getting flashy behind the bomb zone, you're essentially just going for quick scopes and no scopes there. you want to make sure that your AWP is in the advantageous position. He has control, he has time to fall back into position. When you look down the bomb site there and T's are just stifling on the bomb site, where are you going to go? You're just relying on him to get no scopes. Like, this is getting really frustrating for Cloud9 now. They're kind of trying to pull anything out of the bag they have, and now it's going to be another force buy yet again. The money isn't great there. You can see Famus is coming out. They're not going to have a lot to play with in terms of utility. They've got a couple of, well, 3 smokes now, flashbangs mainly, but looks like CLG are going to be doing another standard round. 1 player over towards the B bomb site, seeing what information he can ascertain, and the T's is getting towards A and trying to pick off anything they can. And so far, that's worked so well for them. They're managing to get the picks, and with C9 on a weak buy, it's difficult for them to hold it off.
Into round 28, we're getting dangerously close here. I mean, Cloud9 only has a 1-round advantage over CLG Gaming. CLG, they have battled back so very hard. I mean, a 13-2 half, and they're down by 1 round now.
It's unbelievable. Like, just taking a look at the score, but how the Cloud9 only got 1 round on their best map. This is unbelievable scenes. Like, this is going to be a really exciting finish. This is going all the way. I'm going to call it's going to go to overtime right now.
I'm kind of stunned here that this is actually happening. CLG right now with a random, well, not a random 5th. They know Sanks pretty well. They play with him. And Sanks is very talented. But, I mean, it's not their normal 5. And they're pushing Cloud9 into a round 28 on the Cloud9's best map. And the execute is coming out. Sanks and Cutler able to get some good shots up there. Let's see if they can keep it going. Freakazoid down. Now it's nothing in Sean Gares. They're going to be 2 versus 5 as the bomb gets planted A.
So I'd love we had the Turtle Beach moment earlier, but this is the moment I'd love to hear the communication between Cloud9. They were so cool earlier. Like, we've seen like, oh yeah, that's how they approach the game. So loose, what a great play style. But now the chips are down and they're really looking like they might lose this map. And that's the moment I'd love to see how frustrated they are and how cool the comms are now. But here we go, 14-14. We definitely have a game on our hands. Cloud9 going to be going in with like, they'll have another force buy there. Like the lost burn is going to work in their favor now. They'll have enough to get Famuses and full nades and a couple of M4s perhaps. But it's looking like CLG will, unless they probably want to hunt down the CT's right.
Oh, that nade.
Here it comes. Yes, there it is.
Only 1 left, and Sean can't escape either. Oh my goodness, CLG is right back into this thing. They've tied it up now. We're at 14-14 here, and CLG wants to force us into map number 3. They do not want to let Cloud9 move right past them to the tune of a 2-0.
Okay, this is interesting. Cloud9 finally taking an executive decision to not force buy, sit back. They're going for the draw, guys. They're going to have to go Deagles, CZs, and as soon as CLG realise that, they're going to think, guys, we've actually got a real shot getting back into this now, and JDM just narrowly misses out on a frag there. He'll be able to see that they are actually on a full eco this time. Hayes picking up a couple of frags. Tarek actually gets one of his own. 5-on-3 situation now, and this is going to bring CLG to match point. They're absolutely mopping up. Fantastic stuff from them, and all of a sudden, they take the driving seat, and Cloud9 really have to question how has this gone so horribly wrong for them.
Doodle will get picked up right there at the end by Cutler, and yeah, what happened here? What is going on here? C9 commanding half lead, 13-2, and it's all fallen apart here. CLG has forced us to the final round of regulation. They have secured that 15th round. They get overtime no matter what here. That's the worst that can happen to them. And at this point, I mean, they're looking poised to win this and force that map number 3, which is a knife for size nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we can see the dual orb setup now coming from Cloud9 and a last ditch attempt to see how they can get back into this one. Obviously, a round they have to win. I really don't think they saw this going to a 3rd map, but CLG, a slower approach now, working picks. I like this. Like, it's a high risk, high reward sort of boost. JDM, if he manages to pull it off, it'd be fantastic. Not managing to find much there though, but this is when they keep Cloud9 guessing. They're not really sure what's going on. You can see actually 4 players of Cloud9 playing a middle here. That's kind of crazy. Like, what's going on? Actually, I'm sorry. That's actually a player towards that's Sean Garrett of the orb. I got too excited. But there we go.
Oh, in the checkered room right there?
Yeah. It looked like on the radar for me. I couldn't really see what was going on, but there we go.
Goodness.
Sean Garrett's getting anchored towards the bomb site.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to get a little aggressive over the mid there, but Freakazoid forced them backwards. This is do or die for Cloud9. They want to try and win this map. They could tie it right here, force this into overtime, then win it in overtime, and be done with it. But Skadoodle does open there. That is going to be Hayes removed from the round. 5-4, 1-man advantage. Tarek will answer, though. Freakazoid's right in there, removes Tarek, so now we're going to be 4-on-3 in favor. Freakazoid still trying to fight. Can he get another shot? Skadoodle with the op in his hands, and JDM's going to take down Freakazoid. They're still in this. They might be able to win this map. 3-on-3 now. Skadoodle steps out, gets the shot onto JDM, trying to force the overtime. And there's going to be Sean Garrett. We are going to overtime.
Called it. I knew it was happening. That was it. That's going to be a nice pressure release for Cloud9. At least they know they can actually readjust now and work out what went wrong. Like, I think CLG will be a little bit disappointed. They were firing all cylinders our whole game in the round that really mattered. They got locked down. Like, finally, Skadoodle turned up, got some big frags there towards the end, and what a fantastic game this has come to be. Like, such the day and night between both sides there. We saw the first half Cloud9 be so dominating and like not even breaking a sweat on their T side, but now it looks like CLG are back, but 15-15. Like, this would be interesting to see what Cloud9, they have to readjust now. They can work out, Sean's a clever guy, he needs to work out what setup that was working, how they can get some rounds here, but for me, this is where Cloud9 bounce back and the pressure's reset.
Yeah, they're looking great now. I mean, the difference from map 1 to now is absolutely amazing. I mean, first half, we're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is Cloud9. They got the momentum. They're just going to steamroll their way through this. I mean, I can't get over it. 13-2 half. Yeah, and crazy. You allow CLG with a ringer to battle their way back into it and force it into overtime on your best map. This is their map. Cash is theirs. And I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know how that happened. Mentally, what the issue was there, they just weren't able to hit shots, and CLG's just paddled right back into this thing on T side.
It completely came down to the fragging game. Like, CLG just were walking into bomb sites, making the frags, making it look easy almost. And as I was mentioning before, it'd be great to hear what the communication is like for Cloud9. I think we're actually be gifted that. The producers have told us we're going to get the Turtle Beach insight now, and we'll be able to hear more from Cloud9 going into this first round.
Come on. Just win really fast.
Is it 3 rounds?
Yeah, 3 rounds. How many kits we got? I'll buy one.
I'll buy one.
Okay. Triple cold push B, boys. Let's get this.
I'm first? Alright.
Yeah.
Go. Ready? Holding back, deep C spawn with an op, deep C spawn with an op.
I'm in
Just
chat.
hide, son.
Does he know you're there, Jordan?
Yeah.
Oh, now he knows.
Bomb down,
One more door, one door.
in front of you. He has picket in corner 4. Yellow bro, trying to get it.
One inside, Shreddy, one inside.
T-spawn, 1v1. The other one's T-spawn. Don't let him catch up.
They did. They just popped up.
He locked me in T-spawn the whole time. It's my bad for dying.
Bro, we need to settle down right now and just relax.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't really know what to do. Like, everyone, we just
played.
1-3-1, just don't die? Alright.
1-3-1. Just relax, man.
It's not your fault, Sean. We're just fucking losing battles. Molly?
Shouldn't hear it. I mean, they were just talking about they were still having those issues. They had a plan. You heard Sean Garrison in the initial part of that. They know what they want to do, and then JDM blows it up right off the bat.
I think the headline there, the last thing we heard from Sean is, I just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of sums this one up. Like, the fact that CLG, a team without their caller and their main man for the job, is actually locking down a team like Cloud9 is absolutely amazing. And the fact you don't hear very often from Sean, I don't know what to do. This is not the team you'd expect to hear that from.
I'm kind of at a loss for words here. I mean, CLG is playing excellent right now. And JDM, that was what we were talking about. Can JDM really get his op going the way we watched him work a little bit? And he is getting the op going now. It's helping out an absolute ton. And I mean, what is he up to now at this point? I mean, he's 16-19, so he's not even yet, but it's starting to work for them. He's getting the picks he needs to, and that's really opening these rounds up for CLG.
We saw the Molotov going towards Vents there. Shroud was actually in there, trying to change his setups a little bit. He gets forced out, and he's going to have to push B here, trying to get some more information. This frag's going to be so important. Who's going to get it down? And Sanks actually takes down Shroud there. It's so important. Shroud was just trying to get any sort of intel he can. And that's going to be locked down. And this should be another pretty easy round for CLG right now. They've got opening into the bomb site.
Oh, Sean completely blind, just standing in that Molotov, just on fire, barbecue happening, but nothing. Will Answer able to get himself 2 frags. Freakazoid's going to go on the rotate. He hits one of his own. They've worked this into a 3-on-2 in their favor. Bomb planted in the B bomb site. Hayes is going to go on the peak. Hayes is able to hit his shot, but nothing comes in again. That's a 3K for nothing on the round now. JDM with the op in his hands is able to make some magic here. Smoke over the bomb. He's trying to figure out where nothing is. Nothing hears him. Nothing knows that he's right there. JDM has to try and hit the bomb planter. Can't get onto it, and nothing will get himself a 4K and secure the round as the defuse was coming in anyways.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. They didn't have a defuse kit in overtime. Like I was going, oh god, not like this. Don't lose that one. Not in overtime. The no kid situation. I guess that they're trying to bank on save our economy, but there's only one round left after this, so kind of questionable why he didn't have one. But there we go. Cloud9 finally find the response to their CZ setup, and they've got the dual orbs running now. Sean's going to be the one playing towards B here. We've seen him do that before. He hasn't had much impact so far with the AWP. He's been holding position, but this is the time you can see CLG absolutely opting towards it. This frag's going to be a hell of important. He manages to take down Hayes, and here we go.
Oh,
He's
there it is.
Back. Sean finally wakes up
and
he
third.
takes 3. Fantastic stuff from him. 5 on 2
And
situation. Sean Garrett's going absolutely hammer now. And finally he gets shut down, and that is amazing stuff from Sean.
What an absolute animal with that 4K. Those shots were so fast coming out from him outside of B. The kid is absolutely nuts right now, and that's what C9 needs to keep them into this thing. And I was going to talk to you about it. What this was going to turn down to into this overtime was who can win one CT side round.
Yeah, that's it.
And Cloud9's got 2. So you got to match this here if you're CLG or win all 3.
That's just like big individual players. Yeah. It's almost they adjusted and thought, oh, okay, we've worked out what they're doing now. They needed someone to go absolutely huge. And finally, Sean woke up. He did the right thing. Instead of playing the really passive orb, he actually went for a face and got the first headshot and thought, instead of most CTs in that situation, I'll fall back now. I've got what I did what I needed to do. But he realizes they're not playing properly. They're not playing at the level they should be. I need to get more frags here and actually give us the round. So amazing work from him. And I think that'll boost morale as well. They'll probably be feeling like you saw a little smile on Freakazoid's face there, finally showing some signs of happiness in the team. So I think they know they can get back into this one now. But here we go. This round will be really interesting. What can they bring to the T side? We saw them have such a strong campaign on T. Maybe they'll think finally we can close this one out. But here we go.
Yeah, and a magic number here, guys, that we're looking for to win out of this overtime is going to be 19. So whichever team can get to 19 rounds is going to be the team that's going to win this. If you get to 18 and you get stuck there, that is going to end up tying the thing up, and we're going to go into another game of overtime on the same map. So Cloud9 wants to shut this down right now, and we already have Sanks very aggressive out mid. He might be able to catch Freakazoid here. Yeah, he was blind, and he catches Freakazoid from the side as Cutler's able to get a frag. Also onto Skadoodle, and Sanks is able to get another one, and that's going to put nothing in Sean Gares on their back here. I mean, this is rough. They dominated T side.
This is what I'm saying. Like this is what it should have looked like in regulation time, right? When you take middle control like that, if you're going to have 3 people at CT, you need to be getting those frags, having the crossfires and answering back. It seems like CLG finally worked out how to nail it, and they didn't even lose a man that time. So this could be a really interesting CT half from them. They've worked out how to counter Cloud9.
Sanks is going to be right there trying to check the boost. He's low on HP, though, down to 5. He does have that 2K in his back pocket, so let's see if he's able to make it at 3.
Hello.
Nothing's able to see him, takes him down. And that's going to make this a 2 versus 4 now in favor of CLG, who's looking dangerously close to being able to tie this game up once again. Nothing in Sean Gares. They're still left there. Time is running out. They got to hurry up and get some speed moving here if they want to try and get this round. Only 30 seconds left in this one. Sean Gares is going to be working through the vents. Same with nothing. They're going to try and wrap this into the B-bomb site. But JDM's in the back of Checkers. Will hit the shot onto Sean Gares. And can he get the other one? All he has to do delay at this point because nothing doesn't have a lot of time. He's got to try and run into B, and there's still a man in B there to close it down. That's Cutler, and we are tied up 17-17.
Yeah, fantastic stuff from the CTs, I'll say again in middle. That was a great response. They finally worked out what the Cloud9 were doing. That aggressive mid-take, 2 boosting up fast, Freakazoid running through the smoke, and they actually worked out what they needed to do to lock it down. Now, this is going to be interesting to see what Cloud9 can do to respond to that. Will they keep trying the same mid approach? Well, for me, all they need to do now is just do that envious execute we saw on today at bomb side. That's really clean and clinical. Just drop that round into the mix, and hopefully you can just draw this one out.
Looks like they're going to be setting up in that direction right now anyway, so should be probably seeing that one. It's going to be a little bit different of a split, but look at Sanks getting aggressive on the flashbang. No one was blind at all. They saw that one coming. Skadoodle easily able to pick up Sanks. And now nothing's got to be careful here. Got to be worried about that Molotov getting right too close to his feet. But they have that 5-on-4 advantage. They're going to smoke the squeaky door. It looks like they honestly want to fall back off of this one a little bit, or at least wait and see if CLG is going to waste all their nades. I mean, there's only one player with nades left here, and that's JDM.
Yeah, like CLG knew exactly what was coming there. I think they had the right mentality, sending a man aggressively in there to lock it down. He knew they'd have a flashbang in their hand. Unfortunately, he had no one with him. If you had 2 men in that situation with a pop flash, that's viable. Sending one guy in when you know there's going to be potentially 4 T's waiting for you, that wasn't the right call for me. But here we go. They're going to finally execute on the A-bomb, so they have got the man advantage. Cutler, he could be the only man left on the A-bomb side. Will he be able to make anything of it? And finally, they find some form, and JDM's going to be the last man here. And it's going to be desperate times. He really does need to find this round. It's going to be very difficult for him. Saving's not really an option. It's overtime. He's going to have money nonetheless, but there we go. Cloud9 with a great execute onto A. Is that opening frag for me? Sanks pushing into A. I don't feel like he had to do that, especially when the chips are down. He didn't really have to overcommit to that one.
JDM's going to catch nothing while he's on the hunt here. Let's see if the rest of Cloud9 goes onto the hunt. But now that's going to put Cloud9 into a position where they're guaranteed at least another overtime. And they get this last round to try and fight for the win and get it done in overtime number 1. But CLG is still going to be battling, doing everything they can. I mean, at a certain point here, CLG, they're really just getting beat by that 1A strat.
Well, that's what I was talking about.
It's
so
rough.
We saw Cloud9 in the first round try their standard mid-aggression, and they probably thought, okay, they've worked out how they locked that down. Now let's just go back to that A execution. It's very simple. Like, nothing was actually going to do the quad smoke there, but he got Molotov'd out of position, so they had to kind of force it into smoking off highway and doing a similar thing. Fortunately for them, they managed to get the frags out there. They're so good at those entry frags, running out and just blowing everyone's head off. And like you said, this is the moment they've got another overtime guaranteed, and CLG are back on the back foot again.
And Hayes is going to be the one aggressive out in mid this time. Actually, there's quite a few aggressive CTs out in mid. And let's see if they can pick up anything useful here as have, again, the terrorists working towards that A-bomb site. This could be one and done right here. They're going to get that smoke down initially. Tarek's going to try and get a counter Molotov off. He's got to be careful. He's getting pushed. He hits an op shot. And on the Freakazoid trying to fight for the next overtime. Nothing will remove him from the round. So we're 4-on-4 towards the A-bomb site. There goes Sanks. That's going to be Hayes also picking up a nice frag. So we're 3-on-3 now. And nothing. Skadoodle and Shroud left alive here against Hayes, JDM, and Cutler. But the bomb is going to be planted at A. It's going to be a 3-man retake. They have to make this happen. It's the final round of overtime here. And Skadoodle is able to get JDM. So now, and another one on the Cutler. It's all up to Hayes. Has the hero for his team. Able to take down nothing. He's going to be 1v2 and he can't do it. Skadoodle will secure the round and Cloud9 will get out of this group stage with the win for themselves right here. But I mean, that's 2-0 and they were in overtime. That was a tight map number 2 right there.
A sigh of relief. You can see it there, like nothing shaking his head. But that just came down to big individual performances for Cloud9 to tie that out. They looked really They didn't seem to have an answer to CLG in those actual regulation times. And then overtime, we saw Sean Garris get that crazy 4-man all-round, and Skadoodle there had to go big with the AWP, and that's exactly what he did to close it out. It just came down to big individual performances. That was such a close game. After that first half, you never saw CLG even having a look into that game, but they came back, and what an amazing series it was, and a great way to finish the day off today.
Yeah, definitely. That was awesome. Very exciting. And man, you have to think about it though. CLG is not out of this thing yet. They're not going to be done. They're going to be able to come back. They have to lose twice. But I mean, still, they could come back. And if they just did that to C9, that's really going to, because a lot of people looked at it like, all right, CLG is going to be coming into this. They had a lot of doubts about how they could perform here, especially without their normal fifth. And I think those doubts have been answered here. I mean, if CLG can come back tomorrow and play that way, they're going to shake that group up a little bit if they can keep going.
Like that was really impressive. Like, we kind of assumed that was going one way, like both maps. Like, Cobble going into it, like, kind of said, like, oh, it's probably an interesting pick from them. We don't know what they're like on it, but they actually had some really formidable rounds. They looked really strong at one point, taking 5 T rounds in a row. Actually, they pushed Cloud9 on the ropes, both maps. And the fact you can come back from a 13-2, that just shows great courage and team morale. Just to even consider coming back into that game is kind of crazy. The way they got the pistol, B rushed, and all of a sudden, the momentum started shifting, some questionable buys and forced buys from Cloud9. I think that was the main problem for them. Economy management on their CT, perhaps trying to close the game out too early was, for me, like, you didn't have to do that. When you have 13-2 in your favor, just wait until you get your star players the AWP. There was no need to force buy that so many times, but a little lapse of concentration for them, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, they made that a lot tighter of a game than it needed to be right there. They could have been perfectly fine and got out of there fast. Just wait till the third round. All right, we lost this pistol. Let's just eco here. All right, let's eco again. We didn't make it. Let's just eco through this, and then once we finally have the guns, boom, we're going to get in there and make it happen. But they just kept forcing, like you said, and they made that way closer than it needed to be. And I mean, it came down to the end there. Sean Garris really had to hero that. He
That
really
round
did with the
was,
up. Like
that was sick. Like you don't see that kind of round very often. Like I said, like if you're an all-pro on CT, the idea is just to get one frag and you kind of get the information, fall back. It's not worth the risk of refacing and dying at that point, that situation. But the way Cloud9 were playing, I think he realized I need to actually go big here. I need to guarantee the round here. But he got 1, he got 2. I thought, okay, that's enough. All of a sudden he gets 4 frags there. He could have got the 5 man. That was like sensational stuff from him and just what Cloud9 needed.
yeah, it's man, exciting gameplay coming out from them, and man, I'm just so happy that CLG showed that right there. That was very impressive. I think they're really going to shake up that group going forward. I mean, we'll just have to see how it goes with them. But I think that's going to do it for us up here right now. I think we're going to send that down to Puckett down there. So we're actually going to throw this. We're going to send this all the way down to the analyst desk.
You got that.
To Scoots. So we're going to send it down to you guys, and thanks again. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
I'm looking at it.
Thank you, gentlemen. Yes, I'm shorter and balder than Puckett, so don't ever think I'm Chris Puckett, that's for sure. So, again, maybe closer than we thought it was going to be, but obviously it takes overtime. 13-2 start for Cloud9. Awesome.
Yeah.
Gave it all back, you know.
I mean, I did say they've got an awesome T side. The problem is, usually their CT side's very solid as well. Like, this is one of those maps where Skadoodle, you can bet on him to take kills from the quad. He wasn't getting them at all on his side there. And the key thing about Cloud9 was they never switched it up. They did the same thing over and over on CT side. And you even heard on the Turtle Beach team speak or whatever it's called, when Sean Gez even said at one point when it was getting towards the end of the game, like, I don't know what to do. Like, he had no idea. What do we switch up? Because the guys from CLG could do whatever they wanted, basically.
Yeah, it's something that Cloud9 have probably never run into ever playing Cash. Like, Skadoodle had the hardest time ever getting kills, and historically, playing that quad or the fence area, he just usually shuts down every A execute. CLG did a good job smoking him off, double mauling the fence and the quad, and he just wasn't able to get the picks.
But actually, if you think about the way they played in general, like I said, the CT setup was the same at every time, so it was like Shroud up close, Skadoodle in that static position. Considering it was nearly always A attacks, they never like pushed a guy round out of B to go flanking behind them. They would actually just wait for the people to come into them. They just expected, like, we'll just kill them each time, but it wasn't working. And obviously that's very shocking as a result, because it's a team without their in-game leader, CLG. They don't even have the guy called instructor. They did basically the same thing, like maybe 2 variations. The whole half, it worked on Cloud9's home map. And if you're a world-class team, you should always defend your home map. Remember, we were saying after Cobalt, it's over, you know, it's Cash now, Cloud9's map. This was almost won in regulation by CLG, and it would have been 14 T-side rounds they would have got if they'd have done it. So, very impressive CLG. You have to wonder about Cloud9. Is there some form issue here? I mean, admittedly, they were so far ahead, I kind of feel like they thought, oh, we're over the finish line, it'll come eventually. But when you're on like a 12 or 13 round score, that's such a great first half score. But you've got to remember, that's still 3 or 4 whole rounds away. So it gets up there once you give up enough of those rounds. It's different if you were on 15 already or 14 already, you know.
Yeah, and again, Cloud9 started out perfect. They won the round 2. We've got a clip partially of Freakazoid's 4-kill. But again, on that second round, which notoriously the loser of the pistol is winning more and more.
Well, the thing was, in this whole first half on T-side, Freakazoid was rolling hard, and that's not a pun. He was doing work. He had like 20 kills or something. He was always getting the entries. He was opening the site up, and that's why you thought, like, this is a clinic right now. It's going to be over when they switch over to the other side. You like that, Hiko? You like?
That was a good pun.
What do you think of this? What do you think of his AK buy?
I don't think Cloud9 or CLG was really expecting it. Unfortunately, Cloud9 is known for making those force buy plays, and usually they do win it. And obviously, we saw Freakazoid just kill 4 people when CLG guys had like shotguns and MP7. Yeah. So probably caught him off guard a little bit.
That's also when you've got a shotgun, when you want your money back on that one. It's like, this isn't why I bought the shotgun, to play versus AKs. You're expecting to clean up the eco frags there, get some money in the bank. So unfortunately there, not only do you lose it, but then you totally reset the economy and you're in position to do nothing at that point in time.
All right, well, we got a couple more highlights. The next one's going to be Skadoodle 10th round, I believe. And we'll obviously have you guys walk us through when it starts.
And who would believe that Skadoodle would have been better on T-side opening than he would on CT of Cash? This is a map where you think it's ideal for his style of play on CT.
Nice shot at highway.
And obviously they're pistols, so a little caveat there, you know.
Just the clinic, as Thornton would say. Just pretty standard kills, peeking out mid, 1 by 1.
Doing exactly what he needs to do.
Yep.
So, just we'll keep talking about this a little bit, but just I know that the Mouse Sports Team Liquid game is wrapping up. I believe it's still in map 2. Mouse Sports did win the first map, but I think it was 16-10 first map, and this one when I was watching was like 12-8 right now, so it's really close. Well, we have one more replay for you, and we jumped the gun a little bit. We picked a BenQ best play before. This is our BenQ best play of the day.
As far as I know, oh, yeah, I'll tell you after. So yeah, obviously Sean Gares, he has used the AWP a lot in his career, but not doing stuff like this. This looks like he let Skadoodle like go on his computer for a minute, and he was like, come on Skadoodle, give me a highlight, mate. Give one for the team. I mean, those second and third kills were pretty crazy. They're not what you expect. It even made Skadoodle almost smile.
Almost.
Almost.
That is a smile for him, I think. Now, do you have...
yeah, it's over. Basically, Mouse Sports won 2 straight maps. They won the first map, which was Dust 2, 16-10, and then Overpass was 16-8 Mouse Sports. And it looks as though Nex went absolutely ham in the second map. He had 27 kills.
Oh, great. And back to the Cloud9 CLG match. As you can see, here's the box score from
And the problem on this game here, okay, is that on Cash here, Skadoodle and Shroud, it looks like, well, they had a good game. Yeah, they did so much of that first half, though. They were the brunt of winning that round. Meanwhile, these guys on CLG were doing really poorly first half. So you see those 3 guys with the over 75 kills each. They were absolutely doing work. It's not like JDM was on fire or anything. Just the 3 kind of core members, they were absolutely going to work on this map.
It's also worth mentioning Cutler actually is being the in-game leader for CLG this event, and he actually did play very well both of the maps. Something you don't really expect from somebody in-game leading probably for their first time for a team that has a ringer. Like it's very impressive.
All right. So, putting in perspective what we got going on tomorrow.
Okay.
We're setting up an interview with Freakazoid, so we definitely want to hear from him. But that leaves Cloud9 playing Mouse Sports in the winner of Group A. CLG takes on Liquid. Bottom half of Group A. And the way we'll start the schedule tomorrow is we'll do the winner matches first. So the first winner match we're going to do is Na'Vi versus Pro.
Yeah.
Then we'll do Cloud9 Mouse Sports. And then obviously on that Group B, lower matches, Luminosity and Tempo Storm. Kind of how we thought today would play out for the most part, right? I mean, anything jump out at you guys that...
I mean, just this last map here, no one could have predicted that. Like, I could have told you Cloud9 might have an amazing T-side. There's no way I would have said a team without an in-game leader is going to get 13, almost 14 T rounds on them on their cash CT side. That's not going to happen normally. And so, listen, I always say this about top teams. As long as you win the matches early on, it doesn't matter if they look close. Like, you might think, oh, they're shaky. Top teams peak as the tournament goes on. So I'm not worried right now.
Yep.
It's if I see, like, flashes of the same problems on CT, like in the semi-final or something, that's when I'll start thinking, oh, was that an omen that we saw before of some sort of problems now? Like, they looked very good on it before, they're not as good now. So as long as you win, it's okay there.
Yeah, I agree. I think the CLG game definitely caught us by surprise. Nobody expected them to take it to overtime, especially because of a T-side cash.
Yeah.
I mean, and other than that, I think every other match, there wasn't any upsets today. Everything went as planned. All the predictions, I think we got right. So pretty standard day.
And you won your match of Connect 4?
I mean, there's one thing we should bring up. Yeah, forget about that. Forget about that.
You would.
It's actually the first time
under dispute, but it is under
It's
dispute.
actually the first time that Hiko's ever been able to connect with 4 of his kind.
Oh,
He's usually a solo kind of guy.
I mean, they say that the Europeans always are, tactically, they have the tactical advantage,
Okay,
but you're not good at the mind games. Like the game that requires the most mental agility.
I don't play children's games, mate. In chess, I'd wreck you. It'd be over. But here's the thing, anyway.
I'm fine at chessboard.
I actually wanted to give someone props today, okay?
Right.
Which is actually one of the maps that was close that we didn't see on our stream. It was on the other one, was Tempo Storm playing Virtus Pro. And on the second map of that, even though they lost, it was a close match on Cash. Shazam actually had 30 kills. So we've got to give him props. We gave him a lot of criticism before he was in Cloud9, but he had a very good performance this time.
See, you say good things once in a while too, don't you? All right, that's going to wrap it up for us, folks. Been great having you guys on the desk. Great having you join us. You're now an honorary angel.
I love it.
Richard Lewis. Although Charlie's Angels had like 5 different women, so we can rotate through. We're not going to be over yet though, because Chris Puckett's going to end the show, and he's got Freakazoid. What do you got for us, Chris?
All right, thank you, Scoots. Of course, here with Freakazoid. 4K, round 2. Started things off pretty well. Got a little bit scarier towards the end of that second game. What was going through your mind once you knew you were going to overtime?
We are definitely mad at ourselves just because we let it get to that point. I mean, they give them credit too because they played really well. They're hitting their shots and we weren't hitting it entirely. But at the same time, we didn't like adapt well enough. So they exploited that and they did well. So we got to give them credit, but we obviously made our mistakes too that hopefully won't ever happen again. But yeah, give them credit, and we're gonna fix our mistakes. We'll be fine. So.
Well, you haven't dropped a game yet. Looked a little bit scary, but you're undefeated so far. You've been to 3 finals in a row. How are you feeling about the team after today, and how do you feel about the rest of the competition here in Columbus, Ohio, after kind of watching some of the earlier matches?
Don't jinx that with the 3 finals in a row, though. But yeah, we feel going against Mouse Sports, we're going to do our work on. I've never played against them, and I think Sean or some of our teammates have, but I've never played against them, so we're going to do our homework on them tonight. And then going forward, if I don't want to go forward, I'm just going to talk about Mouse Sports, focus on them first because they're tough. So can't take them lightly. We're going to take them serious, and we're going to come ready to play tomorrow.
And do you think CLG could make a run? You know, they're not out yet. You have to win twice to get through to the bracket play. You have to lose twice to be eliminated. You think CLG can make a run here using Sanks?
Definitely. I think anything's possible. I believe in my fellow Americans, and I want them to make a run. I think they can, man. They're better than they think. They're really good. They took us to the brink, not because they're scrubs or we made mistakes. They exploited it, and they played really well. So they could take it to they can maybe even take it to semis, finals too. Anything's possible, honestly, and they're good enough. So they just got to believe in themselves too. But we're going to take this one.
Well, you guys definitely had the fans on your side tonight. I know you gave America a big win this evening. Got to ask you predictions tomorrow morning. We're going to see Navi Virtus Pro 10 a.m. to open things up. Who you got in this?
Let's see how Virtus, what side of the bed they wake up on. So if they wake up like ready to go, they're tough. And same with Navi. Navi's tough as hell, but I love Virtus, man. I think they're going to take that one just because if they play themselves, they're going to win. They're probably one of the toughest teams in the world when they're on their A game. So if they bring it, they're going to win.
All right, Freakazoid, it's a pleasure, my friend. I'll let you get some rest. Cloud9 going out with a big win tonight. We'll catch you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. right here on MLG.TV.